Well, hello everybody. It's Bug Eater 64, and we're going to be getting ready for another flight. Now, this flight is going to be an FSEconomy flight, and I'm not flying the Hilo today, even though the flight is only 141 miles. And we'll take a look at what our flight plan is going to be here in just a minute. Now, one of the things I'm going to do in this flight, and the reason I decided to do this flight, is that one of my subscribers asked me about how I was able to use the GTN 750 in aircraft that are not really equipped with it. So I was going to show him how I have mine set up, and we're going to be flying the old venerable DC-3/C-47. I just love this airplane. Something that's actually older than me. But anyway, so we're going to be doing that. So let's take a look, first of all, at what our flight plan is. Now, we're going to be flying from Cleveland Municipal Airport, and we're going to be flying to the Durant Regional Airport, which is, with our flight plan, is going to be about 159 miles. Now, if I just took a direct route, it would be about 147. But we're going to set up a proper flight plan, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I don't use ATC, so we won't be playing games with, talking to the tower and things like that. And the reason for that is simply I don't think there's a worthwhile ATC available that uses voice communications that doesn't cost a monthly subscription fee, and I'm just not in the market to pay a monthly fee just to fly a flight sim. I'm sorry. I love flight sims. I really enjoy it. It's the closest I can get to flying that I did in my military days, where I actually spent 99.9% of my time just riding, but did get to sit, in the co-pilot seat, and actually got some training as a co-pilot in a couple of different aircraft, primarily the UH-1 Hilo, which is another one of my all-time favorites. So this is what our flight plan looks like on Sky Vector. And this is our mission. Now, we're carrying a total of 7 passengers, and we're not going to make a lot of money. Or we got 6 passengers plus me, and then we're going to be making just over 5,000 probably after we do fuel and ground. We may not make that much, but we'll doing, like I said, this one just primarily more for fun, and that's what it is all about. So let's see our airplane, and here she sits at the municipal airport waiting to get our passengers on board. So we'll get to that momentarily. Okay, well, let's get inside. And alright, so here we are inside our little aeroplane. And this is the AeroWorx C-47, is what they call it. And I got to tell you, there's 2 exceptional versions of the DC-3. One is this one, the AeroWorx, which is freeware on the org. The other is the V-Sky Labs version, which is very well detailed, fine rendition of the DC-3, but 2 things against it. 1, it's payware. 2, it's payware. And 3, it doesn't have a working, what I consider a viable working autopilot, unless there's been an update that I'm not aware of. They did put in one of the updates, they did put 2 Garmin 530s in it, which was a help, but the autopilot is a basic 1940s Sperry autopilot, which is what we're looking at in this panel right here. And that is a very much hands-on type of autopilot. Now you can configure some keys to be able to fly, follow a heading, and also maintain your altitude, but it will not follow a GPS heading in the vSkyLabs version. This version, on the other hand, and let me click here and I get rid of my yoke so we can see things, has a, what you can see, Dynon Avionics, and it's got a working autopilot. It will follow my GPS. So let's get the main tank. That is extremely helpful. Now, the question from my subscriber, my GTN 750, which we have right here. Now, let's look at up here, go to plugins, GTN 750, and as you can see, I've got it set up as a master device. I also sized it and placed it on my front panel where I wanted it, so when I'm in this view, it's right there, and it's not blocking any of my important gauges. It's blocking the Sperry autopilot because I don't use that, but I freeze that window right there. I also put auto hide window. Now what that does is, let's get out of this, is that when I go outside, it's not visible. If I didn't do that, it would show up on the screen, and I don't want that. So, but as you can see, now if I change my position in the cockpit, it follows me. So that's why I want it right here. So when I'm flying around and so on, then I can also just get rid of it so that I can do my other views and it doesn't hinder me in any way. And we look back here, and that's where all the passengers should be sitting right now, but they're hiding. I don't think they trust me. Anyway, so here we are. So let's go ahead and get things started here. So first things first, we are going to get some power to the airplane, turn on our batteries, get this all set, make sure the controls are working. Okay, and let's go ahead and get this back. So, controls appear to be free and clear. Let's go ahead and get things ready to start this engine up. Alright, so we're good there. Now, what we need to do is turn on that. We're going to, let's see, inverter on. Beacon on, and fasten seatbelts. And let's go ahead and fuel pumps are on. That's looking good. We got good fuel pressure. Gonna prime the right engine. Okay, and let's see if we can get her to start. Okay, we have a good engine start for engine number 1. So let's go ahead and prime engine number 2. This is 1, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Okay. So 2 good engine starts, which is always a good thing. Alright, so let's bring up our GTN. And I already have this flight plan programmed in here, so I should be able to go to my menu, catalog, and activate it. So we are in good shape there. Put our map on, and we're ready to go. So with that, let's also go ahead and see if we can get logged in. And flight has started. Very good. I love it when a plan comes together. Everything is looking good. So let's release the brakes. And we'll get out here and taxi down to the end of the runway. Okay, and let's go ahead and set flaps.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the takeoff. The captain has made tower communications available, so if you'd like to monitor the air traffic system, you'll find that on channel 9 and your headsets in the seat pocket in front of you. We'll give you a little more information about our service plan for our flight as soon as we're in the air. Thank you, and again, welcome aboard.
And we'll get down here and see if we can turn around. This really doesn't have much of a turnout. So differential braking there. Okay, so flaps and takeoff position. Full rich. Propellers to full. Okay, so let's add some horsepower so I can see the runway a little bit. And release brakes.
Caution on taxiway. On taxiway.
I'm not. I'm on a runway. Airspeed is alive. And lift off. Positive rate. Gear coming up. And flaps coming up. Heat. Okay. And we go with nav. And let's bring down airspeed. Okay. So far looking pretty good. Altitude. We're going to go up to about 8,000, I think. We got 140, or say 159 miles total. And this will give you a good indication of how that GTN 750 works in this. It is following the GPS route, so that's good. Let's get rid of the old man here. So everything's looking good at this point. Okay, so we're there, everything's in the green. sure are noisy, and I can't see a single one of them. My goodness. On track, on course, just about 10.5 miles to our next waypoint. And let's go ahead here and level off. That way we'll gain some airspeed. Get to our cruising speed of probably about 140 to 160 knots, depending upon tail and headwinds. Okay, and that's our fuel gauge right there. That's looking good. Everything's looking good. Yeah, we're doing about 150 indicated knots. So everything is looking just fine, and that's the way we like it. And this is going to be telling me that it is Reality XP. Okay. Check something here. So our indicate's 150, actually almost 100, about 158, and our actual ground speed right now is 176. So probably a little bit of a tailwind. So, with that, we'll get past this first waypoint, and then, which we're getting real about less than a mile to. Make sure she's following the GPS, which there's no doubt in my mind she is. And there she is. She's starting to make her turn. there you have it. The GTN 750 in an aircraft that does have an autopilot. Now, on aircraft that don't have the autopilot, you can still use the GTN 750. I use it in the UH-1 Huey made by Nimbus, and it doesn't have an autopilot at all. But I can use my GTN 750 to set up my heading, and I can set up the Nimbus helicopter to fly a heading using the co-pilot. And it's an interesting system that they have in that, but it works real well. It'll fly a heading and hold an altitude. So it becomes useful for that, but it is not set up as a master. It's just operational, so I can see where I'm going. So with that being said, there we got it. We're on our way. The flight is going well, and I will see you when we get closer to landing. Enjoy the flight. Alrighty, well, we're back. We've got 15 miles till the airport. So with that, let's go ahead and get these people seatbelted. We'll get everybody back in their seats and get ready. We've went from 8,000. We're at 5,000 feet right now, and 13 and a half miles to go. Ground speed is 154 knots. So let's go ahead and lose a little more altitude. Start our descent into the area. And we should be landing on runway 17. We'll see how that goes. Once again, uneventful flight. Eight miles to go. And I think I can see her out there. Yep, there she is. Okay. So with that, what I'm going to do is autopilot off, I have the aircraft. Going to slow it down some more. And you can see the runway heading on the GT750, so that's pretty much where I'm headed. So that'll get me lined up with the runway. Let's slow her way down. Landing gear coming down. First degree of flaps. Landing lights on. Below the glide path. It will make it work. On glide path. A little bit high.
Flight attendants, disarm doors.
gentlemen, welcome to our destination.
Okay, we
For
are
your safety
down and
and
safe.
comfort, please remain seated until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we have parked at the gate and it is safe to move around in the aircraft. Please check around your seat, including under your seat, as well as your seat pockets for any personal belongings. Please take care when opening the overhead lockers, as heavy articles may have shifted during the flight. If you require deplaning assistance, please remain in your seat until all other passengers have disembarked the aircraft. One of our crew members will then be happy to assist you. On behalf of our entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us today on our flight, and we hope to see you again.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and pull right over here. Okay. Park and brake on. And so, with park and brake on, let's go ahead and finish the flight. Very good. Alrighty. So, we made it here safe. Well, hello everybody, and guess what? That tired old fat gray-haired fart you see in the corner, trying to do everything right, and foobarred. He forgot to turn his mic back on when he got to this section. So, you're stuck with me, his evil alter ego. So, anyway, as he shuts down the aircraft, we got here safely. Everything went well. We got paid for the flight. We're turning everything on. The flight was uneventful, except that old man over there forgot to turn most of his lights on before he took off, so he had to do it afterwards, just in case you didn't notice. So, what can I say? He's getting the bird, everything turned off. Gonna put her to bed. We'll get our people off, and everything will be fine. Yeah. So let's get up here, turn all this stuff off, and then also kill the battery, put this lady to bed. And there you have it. So, our AeroWorx C-47 has been put to bed properly. So that's a good thing. She is a pretty lady. I really like the way the reflections gleam off her. So let's look at the log. We didn't get paid much because it was a pretty expensive flight. With the expenses, it was $800 some odd an hour to rent it, and we did an hour and 10 minutes, so that cost a little bit more. Fuel, of course. Additional crew, because it's DC-3, C-47 takes a crew of 2. So we subtracted basically about $1,800. So we only made $3,000. But again, this flight was for fun, and it went real well. So we'll get rid of that. Alrighty. Well, I certainly hope everybody enjoyed the flight, because me, myself, and I sure enjoyed bringing it to you. And everything went well until we got to this section, and that old man there forgot to turn on his microphone. Can't take him anywhere these days. Anyway, if you liked the flight, please click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the don't like button. And please, leave me a comment telling me how I can make things better and do a better job for you, the people that watch these videos, so that I can better entertain you. Because I do this for fun. And I'm trying to keep everything going. And I don't even have a way for anybody to make any contributions to the channel. I may do that later, but right now I just want to do it for fun, and hope you enjoy the flights of the different aircraft I fly, and the fact that I'm trying to build a virtual business with FSEconomy, and we just take it a day at a time, a step at a time. Even as many problems that FSEconomy has is, right now it's about the only thing out there we can use. Hopefully, as we move forward, we'll see how things change. We had a couple other sites that have sadly disappeared and couldn't make it, where FSEconomy keeps moving along. So with that, this is Bug Eater 64. Again, hope you all enjoyed the flight. Thanks for coming. Had a great time bringing it to you. Look forward to the next time we're here together. And as always, from me to you, remember, safe flying. You can leave now. The video's over. The flight's over. I've got to go have dinner. Go away. All right. Laters.